What kind of adults do you believe you'll have if there's a pandemic? You don't pack on the men, sorry, fellas, of South Park, who reunited under sad circumstances before post-COVID special, which is now streaming on Paramount+. The one-hour event continues decades after the show's primary four characters have stopped talking to one another. Stan, now an online whiskey expert in a relationship with a hologram Alexa, was taken aback when he received a call from Kyle notifying him that his elementary school pal Kenny McCormick had died. This time, it's for real. The news of Kenny's death impacts everyone who knew him, even Jimmy, who, like most comedians named Jimmy, is now a late-night talk show presenter. The news so enraged the newly proclaimed Lord of Woke Humor, he canceled his scheduled guest, none other than First Lady Tom Kardashian. Cartman, whose apparent conversion to Judaism did not sit well with Kyle, was among those who traveled to South Park for Kenny's funeral. Is it possible to blame him? He was certainly traumatized by Cartman's gloved hands anti-Semitic bullying throughout the years. However, the more people talk about Kenny, who appears to have grown into a well-known billionaire scientist, the more it appears that his death was not an accident. When Stan realizes that his research goes back to Tegrity Farms, the gang determines that Kenny must have been killed while exploring the origin of the coronavirus. The official reason of Kenny's death was a novel strain of coronavirus known as the COVID Delta Plus rewards variant, and because a South Park resident had not been vaccinated, thank you, Clyde. Everyone was ordered to quarantine within town limits. Clyde had a beautiful moment when he stated that he didn't want to get vaccinated because he was allergic to shellfish, and that it would be horrible if someone who created the vaccines had recently eaten shellfish. He explained, it's a broad concept of shellfishness. Stan approaches Randy in the Shady Acres retirement community, but his father isn't overjoyed to see him because he believes Stan is responsible for Sharon's death. During the time of Shelley's death after the pandemic, Stan's parents appear to want a divorce, and because the farm is the basis of their feud, Stan intends to burn it down, unaware that Shelley is in the barn. Sharon, on the other hand, was unable to accept the death of her son and committed suicide. Randy eventually tells Stan about the coronavirus's origins, replete with his back alley pangolin sex, which I had finally cleansed from my mind. But he tries to blame China as part of their strategy to deprive America of its tegrity. We had lost our tegrity, and it was all planned. We'll lose it if they don't get it. Stan met with everyone in the hospital, where they discovered Kenny had placed a flash drive containing critical information in his butt, which they reluctantly accepted. Kenny not only tried to travel back in time to avoid the epidemic, but he also blamed the breakdown of society on his 3D, Ked friends, Stan, Kyle, and Cartman, according to a video on the flash drive. They shattered everything, he observed, when they let COVID poison their friendship and turned into quarrelsome, combative, pessimistic a-holes. Let's face it, folks, Teo killed Kenny, they decided after pondering how they had lost their sense of humor. The epidemic was a test for them, and they failed miserably. The episode concludes with Kenny holding the right hand of Victor Chaws at South Park Mental Asylum Plus. We didn't know it wasn't Victor Chaws until we noticed the name tag on his door. Victor, on the other hand, is a chaotic figure. Thanks for watching. If you liked this video, make sure to like and subscribe for more.